All right, we are back with another Pick'em video. We're going to be talking NFL Week 17 in this one. Going to be going over some Saturday games and then some Sunday games. Just some stacking opportunities for Week 17. Just keep in mind, some of these games mean something, some of these games don't mean something. So just keep that in mind when you're going over your picks and kind of creating these stacking opportunities that we can still get on Prize Picks. So really just going to jump right into it. Pretty much a horrible day yesterday in NBA. I was telling my Discord, sometimes that just happens. The first 9 games that completed that yesterday, there was an average score differential of 21 points. So if you're on the overs on those games, it's just unfortunate. You can't do anything about that. And yeah, 21 points on average for 9 games is absolutely ridiculous. It was blowout central, and I think a lot of people had a bad day. And if you didn't, hats off to you. It's definitely a weird part of the NBA season where it gets pretty unpredictable. And again, if you know how to bankroll and manage your money, and you're not throwing half your entire whatever's in your accounts right at like one play or one day, then you can take these bad hits. But let's go over some NFL. Take a little shift. The NBA board's light right now. A lot of these games are coming off back to back, so you don't really know the injuries just yet. So we'll tack NFL, and if I have time, I'll definitely try to get an NBA video out as well. But I am traveling today, and right off the bat, it's a popular one for a reason. It's going to go to CJ Stroud here. Now, the only problem with this is I like to match it up with Collins. He's going to be absolutely the number one guy here. Prize Picks is not giving us a normal line for him, which is really frustrating. I know it was up a few days ago, but Collins should be the guy. Like, I'm almost tempted to take this demon, but it's not even that good of a payout, unfortunately. So if that, I assume the regular receiving yards will come back up. It was not up last night, and it's not up tonight or today. This game is tonight at 8:15. So again, you have some time. But just for, you could take this Goblin. I think he's going to be, I could see him getting, a 30, 40, 50-yard reception. This should be, game of the night for sure, as both these guys are going for, or both these teams are going for, their division titles. So, yeah, Nico Collins is definitely going to be the guy. I think you could go to Dalton Schultz here as well. Just matching up with the receiver, with the tight end, with Stroud's overs. It just great correlation and something Prize Picks still lets us do that not a lot of other places or platforms let us do. So Dalton Schultz is another good option here. Again, I think they're going to be passing the ball a lot today, and we're getting a decent discount on Stroud's line. A lot of these places have him at 264, 265. So 259.5 is a pretty good spot for him. And again, I think he's going to be slinging the ball. So this should be a good one, a fun one. And yeah, going to be starting off with CJ Stroud and I guess Schultz here or Collins if you want to take that demon, or if Collins like normal line at like 74, 75. I think it was down to like 71 at one point is another good spot for him. So comboing up that Houston combos there. And then next up, going to be going to, this is a kind of an interesting one. This will be for Sunday. Going to go to CD Lamb. I guess we should probably look at some stats, huh? Just jumping. I'm trying to get this one over with quick. I am traveling again today. But let's go to kind of the optimizer over on RotoWire. We'll see that Stroud's line is popping up, on the overs. They're predicting the over. Again, sportsbooks have them at different things over here, 261, 261, 263 on FanDuel, it's looking like. And RotoWire is projecting 278. So definitely a solid spot for them. Again, a game that they should want to win. Yeah, looking really good. I also recommend, again, if you want to like make sure your team that you're betting on is actually has some implications of winning their game, go to this website, just ESPN. It's going to tell you all the implications of if the teams need to win, want to win, and anyone that is in the playoff picture. So you can see right here, Houston clinches the AFC South title if they win. Indianapolis wins the AFC South title if they win. So again, game of the night here for sure, and I'm liking both these teams today. But let's go again to Stroud. So looking really good here. Unfortunate here for Collins. I don't think it's even going to show up. Yeah, so nothing here for Collins. But again, he should be that number one target. And then I didn't actually look at Schultz, I don't think. Receiving yards. So yeah, another one, sportsbooks. We're getting a little bit of a discount here. RotoWire's, projecting 40. We're at 43.5. But it's nice to see that we're getting a discount from the sportsbooks. So definitely a solid spot for him. Again, You can look at all these different stats on Outlier, on the Fantasy Optimizer, on OddsJam, or even RotoWire, which is completely free right now. But these all have free trials. I highly recommend it. I kind of have CJ Stroud's line posted up right here on Outlier. And we see that Indiana's passing defense pretty much middle of the road, but again should be kind of a shootout. So liking the spot for both these guys, and the stacking opportunity looks pretty good. Next up, going to be going to, again, a Sunday matchup, and that's going to be for Dak Prescott. I think, again, we're getting a little bit of a discount on his line. Now, this one's interesting because Dallas will not need to play for anything if the Eagles are not winning their game, but they play at the same time on Sunday. So both these guys are at 425 on Sunday. They're going up against Washington, horrible passing defense, just not a very good team in general. So they're going to be kind of monitoring what's happening in the Eagles game. But if they don't absolutely crush this team right off the bat, it should be a good spot for Dak to get his over. And you're just going to combo that with CeeDee Lamb pretty simply here, 89.5. Again, these guys have been on point recently, and if they need to win this game and it's relatively close, it's a great stacking opportunity for both of them. Been doing these for these guys for the past few weeks, and it's been crushing. So we do see the past two games, Lamb's coming off a 227-yard game, absolutely ridiculous. So definitely a great spot for him. And then Dak's been killing it as well. You could go to a few different guys as well on this one. Brandon Cooks at 37.5. I don't mind that. You can honestly probably do both of them. But again, just keep in mind that look at this website over on ESPN. It's going to spell out what these teams need to do in order to make the playoffs, win their division or whatnot. And it's going to be indicative on how the Eagles game goes. Because if the Eagles lose, the Cowboys go ahead and win their division. But if the Eagles win, I think that the win or tie, there's a bunch of different ways that the Cowboys can clinch it as well. So hopefully they don't absolutely blow them out. Great, matchup for them. Horrible passing defense for Washington. So great spot for both these guys. I think you could run out a few different stacks with these two players. And then another guy I'm really liking today, going to be Kenneth Walker. Third, we're going to be going to his 57.5 rushing yards. I think that's a great spot for him. Another team, again, we can just go here, just go to your team that you're looking for, find the Seahawks, and we're seeing that there's a bunch of different ways that all these teams can get it. Seattle win plus Green Bay loss, Seattle tie plus Green Bay loss. Any team that's in the playoff hunt should be kind of going for the win here. But let's go to Outlier. I haven't been over here just yet. But let's go to Outlier, kind of find out what Kenneth Walker has been doing, at least recently, and how this game should, run out. Finding, where is it? Going to his rushing yards. Rushing yards right here. Again, you can see the DVIG odds. It's a nice positive EV for us. We're getting it at 57.5, so that's nice to see. He's been right around here the past few games, but just going up against a very poor rushing defense. Not sure what the spread of this one is. Looks like it's -3 for the Seahawks. So again, if they find themselves up and they want to win this game, it should be a Kenneth Walker show, kind of running through this defense. And great spot for him. Again, no stacking opportunity here, but a nice individual play that you can probably get on PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, any of those different apps. Let's see what the RotoWire projection model has on him. Kenneth Walker. Yeah, so they're liking this as well. Looks like the RotoWire is projecting 67 on a 57.5 line, so definitely don't mind that. And again, just a poor rushing defense in Arizona. And I think they'll probably want to run the ball, especially if they're holding that lead going into the fourth quarter. So liking him. And then last but not least, trying to get the sixth guy in here. I like Baltimore's kicker. Let's go Justin Tucker. He's been very consistent all season. He's been very consistent his entire career. I like his 6.5 fantasy score. His hit rate on this has been absolutely crazy. Obviously, no Lamar Jackson in this one, but that kind of makes sense to. It makes it even a little bit better if they're getting towards the red zone but not completing in the red zone. Should be a good spot for Justin Tucker to get a few field goals and whatnot. So Justin Tucker at 6.5. We'll see on RotoWire. Again, this hit rate on this has been absolutely incredible. Tucker. We see that RotoWire is projecting 7.37 on a 5. Well, that's a kicking line. So you could actually go to kicking points or fantasy score. Honestly, they're both incredible hit rates. 91% weighted hit rate on the season. That's the last 10 games he's hit this. in for both of these, probably. Yeah, last 10 games, he's hit this in both of these. And again, Baltimore is probably going to be up in this one. But if they get down to the red zone and they don't have Lamar to, get that extra oomph and complete their drives, potential spot for Justin Tucker to, hit in some nice field goals for us. And I just like the opportunity for the fantasy score, just because if he's kicking, a 40-yard field goal, 50-yard field goal, you get that extra boost on those. So again, I'm liking the fantasy score. Kicking points is another good way to do it. But that's 6 props for you. Want to make this one pretty quick. Again, NBA was tough yesterday. But again, if you've been doing this for a while and you're not someone that just came on yesterday, you understand that you can take those bad hits because you're not throwing your entire bankroll at one game or one day, like I kind of mentioned. But let's go on through it again. Kind of some stacking opportunities. CJ Stroud over 259.5 passing yards. Dalton Schultz over 43.5. Go to Collins at 99.5 if you want. I just don't like the demon. If it pops back up at 74 or whatever his normal line was, I'd be definitely going to Collins for sure. Dak and CD, again, kind of the tried and true combo here. Just keep in mind, it is indicative of how that Eagles game is going. They're playing at the same time, but again, hopefully they don't absolutely crush Washington, and these guys can work their magic again this week. Kenneth Walker over 57.5. Great rushing matchup. Horrible rushing defense. Good spot for Kenneth Walker here, and then Justin Tucker. We talked about potentially having more opportunities at the field goal line or the field goal line, just in terms of getting field goals. Another, combo I'm liking, just to throw some more at you, is Minshew and Pittman. Did we get into the normal line? Yeah, 245.5. I think it's a great spot for him. I think you could run out this game stack just in general. Just take Stroud, Minshew, and then again, Collins if he's popping up, but Schultz here, and then obviously Pittman. He's popping up. Hopefully, we're getting a normal line for him. 78.5 for Pittman. I think that's another opportunity to do that one as well. I would love to do that game stack. I've tried CJ Stroud in a bunch of different slips today. Very small, unit sizes, but throughout multiple different slips. I think he's going to have a great day. And again, if you just game stack this kind of shootout potential of this game, I think it's going to be a good one for us. But that will do it. Again, NFL, some of these games are tonight. Should be a fun one. And then some of these games are tomorrow. I guess 3-3. So perfect. And yeah, that'll do it. Hopefully make some money tonight, guys. And hope you have a good day. Peace out.